It is Tenable time once again, and today we've got something a little bit different. So we're both going to be having a go at a Tenable quiz. Ben has come up with some for me, and I've come up with some for Ben. I've got to start though, Ben, and ask, how are you feeling about Tenable today after a poor performance, I'm going to say, last time out?
Yeah, not great last time out for me whatsoever. If you've not seen that video on the channel, do go ahead and check it out just to see my embarrassment. Because to be fair, the one that we did prior to that, I thought I did all right in. But yeah, last time was a bit of a shocker. So hoping I can redeem myself today.
Yeah, absolutely. And my first time doing the Tenable on the channel, so who knows where we can go. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Right, so after last time's attempt, I think I've been quite kind here, Ben, and I've given you 3 Tenable topics. So we have a championship, a Champions League, and a transfer-related one.
Instinctively, I'd want to go towards the championship, but the thought of getting that potentially wrong would be mortifying. It would ruin my reputation. So I'm going to rule that out. I'm going to go Champions League or transfer related. I think I'll go Champions League.
So this is Champions League wins by nation.
Okay, so just for clarification, is this wins in terms of lifting the trophy or wins in terms of getting a win, 3 points if you get me?
Lifting the trophy.
Overall nations we're going. We'll kick off with England.
England, that is absolutely correct, of course, and that comes in at number 2 with 15 Champions League trophies or UEFA Cup trophies.
Yeah, England at number 2. We'll rattle through the big nations. Spain.
Yeah, they're at number 1. That is 20.
Yeah, we'll go Italy.
Italy in at number 3 with 12.
Nice. I will throw a Netherlands out there. I feel like they'll be in the top 10 surely.
They are. They're on 6. They are, so they currently sit at 5th. So missing 4th at the moment.
Rattling through these. So remind me, what have I got so far?
You have Spain, England, Italy as your 1, 2, and 3, and then you've got the Netherlands in 5th.
Ah, of course. Bit of Germany we'll go for next.
Yes.
They've got to be in there at that 4th spot or whatever it was.
Absolutely correct. That is in at number 4, and that is 8.
My mind's going towards France because PSG have just won it, but I feel like they're only on 2 or maybe 3. So is that going to be enough to get them onto this list? Because it was obviously the first time that PSG ever won it. I'll just to gauge where 10 could be, I'll throw France out there.
France are on the list, and they are 7th with 2. So Marseille have 1 and PSG have 1. So they are in the list. Yeah, correct.
I'll also then throw a Portugal out there.
Yeah, they're on there with 4. So you're cooking nicely. They're in at number 6. So you've got 8, 9, and 10.
This is where like proper history of the Champions League will come into it, knowing some of those niche winners from back in the day. Like, does Scotland have more than 1 there in my mind at the moment? Turkey, have they got any? I will, just because of the calibre of some of the clubs, I will throw a Turkey out there.
So are you going with Turkey, yeah?
Yeah.
So Turkey have not won a Champions League, so they are not on this list. So you've got, that's 1 life down.
I'm going more through the map right now than I am my footballing knowledge. Going through Europe really. I feel like there could be like a Ukraine, a Croatia, a Russia in there maybe. One of them scattered in the mix as well. I've got a few different ones going around in my mind at the moment. Could be too rogue, but I'll throw a Croatia out there. I don't know if I'm going too niche too soon here, but I'll go for a Croatia shout.
Croatia is a good shout, but it's not a correct shout. I will say you are barking up the right tree. I'll give you that, in the sense of you've got the obvious ones now, and the rest are a little bit less obvious. And for reference, France has 2. I hope that gives you a clue that France has 2. So is that going to influence your decision?
That's making me think, does a nation with 1 get onto this list? Because if it does, then I think I could definitely move a bit more in this list, but if not, if we're looking for a minimum of two, that's where I'm sort of being stumped at the moment. But because you've said that, I will throw a Scotland out there. I'm pretty sure they've got one, if I'm not mistaken. They might have more than that, I don't know. But I'll throw Scotland on there and hope they make it.
Yeah, so Scotland are in there. They're at number 10, and they're at number 10 because they have one win and one final appearance that they have lost as well. So yes, they are on the list.
Okay. I will throw a Greece out there. Don't think I've said Greece yet, have I?
So Greece was the one that I kind of wanted you to trip up on, and you've done it. Greece have made a final appearance with Panathinaikos, but they have never won the Champions League, which unfortunately, a good effort, Ben. A really good effort, but unfortunately, you are missing two. So that's an 8 out of 10. It's an improvement on last time.
I'll
Is
take
there anyone
that.
else who might be kicking around in your brain if you just want to chuck any out there? They are a bit more rogue, these final two. So I think you got all the ones you were going to get, if you know what I mean, unless you knew the teams.
Like a Russia, Serbia, Ukraine, that sort of shout. Any of them correct?
No, none of those are correct. None of those are correct.
Okay, that's eased my mind then.
But just to go through some of the other finalists that have appeared, Malmo have appeared in the final once, so they would be sort of a team that might come up in your brain. And Club Brugge have also made it. But if I were to tell you Red Star, where are they? Do you know where they're from? Because they are a Champions League winner.
Czech Republic,
yes,
are they?
Yep, or at the time, formerly Yugoslavia. So they're at number 8, and again, they're with one, and I assume they're higher than Celtic because they did it first. And then the other one is very, very rogue, and, big shout out to anyone if you have got this at home. The final one is Romania, so it's Bucharest.
Oh, wow.
Who are the team who've got that for Romania, and they're at 9th.
No, I'll take it. Improvement on last time. Let's see if you can beat that score. All right, Sam. So the Tenable that I'm going to be giving you is Club World Cup themed. It's timely with the tournament kicking off now. I mean, you're a Chelsea fan. You've won the competition. You should know a little bit about it. Off the bat, how are you feeling about that?
As long as it's winners and I get to use Chelsea as one of the answers, at least I know I won't 0 out of 10.
And to help you out a little bit along this way, because I don't know how easy or hard you'll find this, I will give you a hint every time you do lose a life.
Okay, that's good.
Otherwise, I might feel a bit bad about that. But since the tournament started in the year 2000, there have been 20 different tournaments so far for the Club World Cup. I want you to name 10 of the Golden Ball winners. So the Golden Ball is handed to the player of the tournament for the Club World Cup. And a hint I'll give you, it always goes to the winner, who tends to be a European side. But there are 20 answers to get in total. I'm just looking for 10 of them. I'm not going to ask you for the last 10 winners because I feel like that'll be really harsh, but 20 potential answers. Okay. I'm looking for 10 of them. Take it away.
Mate, that is so rogue. That is so rogue. What on earth? Do I just go with Messi and Ronaldo? Do I go with Messi and Ronaldo to get 2 on the board in the hope that I've got 2? Surely Ronaldo's got 1, right? He's been at enough. I'll go with Ronaldo to begin with.
Yeah, Sam, you've started the list off well. Ronaldo won it in 2016. Well done.
He's only won it once?
Only won it once, but that will give you a hint that there are some other Real Madrid players on this list, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ronaldo won it in 2016. Okay. He finished as a runner-up on 3 occasions as well. Wow. I'll give you that.
Trying to think of that Manchester City team, I feel like the obvious one is Erling Haaland, but I'm not entirely sure it would be Erling Haaland. I can't remember how many goals he scored. Same with their Liverpool team. When they won it, would it have been Mo Salah? Most likely. That Chelsea team had a load of random players in it, so I'm not sure I'd be able to pick out a player, considering Jorginho was our top goal scorer that season. Wonder if there's an R9 Ronaldo in there from previous generations. Liverpool will have been in it as well in 2005. I have no clue if they won it that season. Same with Milan. There'll have been Inter as well who'll be in it. I'm kind of removing, right, any of the ones that have been won by the South American teams, because I wouldn't be able to tell you who beat us in the, I think it was Palmeiras or whoever it was. That might be the Spanish team, whoever it is, in Brazil who beat us. So I'll go with Messi, and then maybe we'll move to Haaland, dependent on how I feel on that one.
Yeah, good shout. Lionel Messi has won the award twice.
Okay.
He won it in 2009 and 2011.
Instantly, though, if you say that Ronaldo's only won it once, I'm looking at your Benzema's, your Di Maria's, your Gareth Bale's, um, to maybe see where that they've won it. That Bayern Munich squad as well. Would there have been a Lewandowski in there? Maybe a Thomas Muller? Maybe a Muller from a while ago, actually, from 2013. A Robben or a Ribery. God, there's so many players. I think Haaland is the obvious one that it would be from Manchester City. So I'm going to go with Manchester City, and I'm going to go with Erling Haaland.
The logic is sound on that one, but that is your first life wiped away. Haaland didn't win it. And the clue that I will give to you here is that you've already named Messi and Ronaldo as part of your answers. There are 3 other Ballon d'Or winners on this list.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse, because now my head's gone to Rodri, and I wanted to stay away from that Manchester City line now. Who else has won it? Benzema. Benzema was definitely someone I've already mentioned, and obviously R9 is 2 people that I've already mentioned who have Ballon d'Ors. Modric would be wild if that one came out. You've got Kaká. Oh, Milan won it in 2007. Could Kaká be a player that's won a Ballon d'Or and done it? That Kaká one, now that it's come to my head, I think it makes sense. I'm just trying to think of when Kaká won the Ballon d'Or. I think he won it the year before. It was like 2006, 2007. Was he I think he was the last person to win it that wasn't Messi or Ronaldo for that period of time. So I'm going to go with Kaká.
Yes, I love that shout. Kaká is correct. Won it in 2007. Well played. That was one that I wasn't sure you were going to get because we're obviously going back quite a while there. But yeah, very good knowledge, very good knowledge.
We've still got the potential there for then like a Rodri or a... Rodri feels rogue. Do you give player of the tournament to a centre midfielder? I guess we did at the World Cup in 2018. You gave it to Modric.
He did win the Ballon d'Or, to be fair.
Yeah, he did. To be fair. Well, do you give player of the tournament to a centre midfielder?
Can't win player of the tournament. Can win Ballon d'Or, but not player of the tournament.
Which has made me move towards Benzema, right? Surely the number of times he's been to him. Surely Benzema's got one. Yeah, let's go with Karim Benzema. We'll go with him.
So you're going for Karim Benzema. Good shout. He was on absolute fire that year, but that is not a correct answer. The next clue that I will give you is you are missing 3 other players who won it while they were playing for Real Madrid.
Man, this is... I'm really enjoying this because I'm genuinely like having to... Like the clues are actually helping me piece things together. And obviously one of the Ballon d'Or winners then isn't Benzema. So could that be a Modric? Oh, no. I just said play with the tournaments, don't go to centre mid. So let's stay away from that one.
You've got an agenda against midfielders.
That Rodri one's going to really kick me, if that's correct. If I've said this, by the way, both Rodri and Modric are correct, I'm going to be annoyed. Salah feels like the place to go, right? But he's not a Ballon d'Or winner and he doesn't play for Real Madrid. So just because you've said there's 2 Ballon d'Or winners and a Real Madrid, I know I've been saying they don't win it, but is Luka Modric there?
Thank God you finally said Luka Modric. You were skirting around that answer for so long. Yes, he won it in 2017. Okay. Player of the tournament. Well done.
2017's rogue, by the way. That was not what I was expecting him to have won that. It leaves me with 3 Real Madrid players with 1 Ballon d'Or left. Okay. Which then makes me think it's not Rodri. Oh my God. I'm going to leave Rodri as like my last ditch guess if I can't think of anyone. I'm still set on this Mohamed Salah tree because he'll have been to 2 and I can't see, unless it's Mane, I can't see anyone else having won it. Let's go Salah.
Going Mohamed Salah. And you are correct. Yes. He won it in 2019. Fair play. That's another correct answer for you there.
Oh, Rodri. I just had someone come to my head. Gareth Bale. That's who I'm thinking.
Gareth Bale.
Yes.
Are you going to lock that in as an answer?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gareth Bale, yeah.
Gareth Bale is a good shout. He won it in 2018. You're cracking through this list quite well now.
Oof. You know what? What are we on? We're on 6. I think it's now a viable opportunity to go back to Rodri. And wonder if he was...
You're finally going with Rodri as your answer. And after all that slander, I can confirm that it is a correct answer. He won it in 2023. Of course he did. The Ballon d'Or winner. He swept all the awards that year.
God damn it, man. 3 more. 3 more is what I need. And that's my Ballon d'Or winner gone as well, isn't it? So that's my other clue gone. But I've still got 2 Real Madrid players. I'm still thinking Lewandowski, man. Still thinking Lewandowski. From that. Or a Ribéry or a Robin. Ribéry was on fire. Was it the year we won the Champions League or was it the year they won the Champions League? He was absolutely on fire. I know I've got 2 Real Madrid players left. I'm trying to think who might be there. Maybe Di Maria, but I can't remember. I'm not sure if Di Maria won a Champions League at Real Madrid. It's my only thing. But he was in Team of the Season, wasn't he? I'm going to turn this round on myself and go with Di Maria after all that.
That's what you're locking in, Di Maria, as your answer. So I can confirm that Di Maria has your final life gone. That was not a correct answer.
No. Oh, that was... I quite enjoyed that, but like I had no clue where to go with any of them. Damn, that was good fun. I enjoyed that.
It was a good list. Do you want to know what the worst part of that was?
What?
Before you got torn in that thread of Di Maria, both Lewandowski and Ribéry were correct answers. They both won it. Lewandowski in 2020 and Ribéry in 2013, like you were saying, when he was an absolute fire. Of course he won Player of the Tournament.
Oh, no. No. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I'll let you guess the Chelsea player at the end, but I'll reel through some of the other answers that you could have had. So 2022 was another Real Madrid player. It was Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, he came into my head, but I was never overly convinced, so I'm not that annoyed with that one.
Obviously, we said before, Lionel Messi won it twice in 2009 and 2011. So that did leave another Barcelona winner in 2015, and that was Luis Suarez who won it that year. And then the other Real Madrid player that you were looking for was in 2014, and that was Sergio Ramos who won it that year.
Wow, I would not have... I don't think I'd have got to that.
In terms of some of the other players who won it while they were playing for a European club, you've also got Samuel Eto'o, who won it in 2010.
Oh, are you kidding me? I was on about that blooming... Oh.
You did mention that as well. We've also got Wayne Rooney in 2008 when Man United won it.
Oh, fair enough.
And then going back to 2006, Deco won it, but that would have been a very rogue shout.
Yeah, that would have been.
Had you guessed that one. Then all the other winners from the other years came from South American side, so I was never really banking on you getting any of them. The question is, can you get who won it for Chelsea? For a bonus point, I'll give you in 2021. Where's your mind going to?
So like I say, I remember Lukaku having a good crack at it. But that Chelsea team was just so random. It could have been anyone. It literally could have been anyone. Because our top goal scorer could have been Reece James, and our best defender could have been Timo Werner, and I wouldn't have questioned anything. If I were to take a punt, I'd go with Romelu, but I don't think that's. I genuinely don't think that's right. So I'm going to caveat it and say. I'm going to caveat it and say it's either Lukaku or it's Mason Mount. That's what I'm going with.
Lukaku or Mason Mount wouldn't have been correct, so I'm glad you didn't try and have a stab at this one. It was Thiago Silva.
What? That's so rogue.
Who won it of all people. Yeah,
Not saying
very
he's not a
rogue.
good footballer, but you know, if I didn't think if I didn't think midfielders could win one, then I was never going to go for Thiago Silva, was I?
Overall, I think you've given that a very decent stab. I think it was 7 out of 10 that you got overall. And for how sort of niche and random that list was, yeah, I think you've given a very good effort there. But I enjoyed putting that one together.
Yeah, yeah, no, that was a good one. And I like the fact that obviously the clues were helpful, so you're not just stabbing in the dark as well, because there,
Yeah.
as you could tell through my thought process, there was so many players who could win Player of the Tournament.
Yeah, well, let us know in the comments down below if you guys fared any better than us two for either of those Tenables. But once again, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.